Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Monday Night Football is what we're talking about in today's video, where we have the New Orleans Saints on the road at Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers. My best bets are on the way. Now, I'm going to be honest, this game isn't the most sexy game that you'll ever find, as we have a 14-point spread and a low over-under, but I found my favorite pick, and I'm going to dive into that in just one moment. Now, I am recording this before Sunday's slate starts. I do know on Saturday we had a 2-0 day, though. 2-0, hopefully Sunday. We had 6 official picks in the NFL. Hopefully they translated into some more winners. We can get some momentum going to end this season, going into the playoffs, just like some of the teams in the NFL are doing. But I'm going to dive into my favorite picks in just one second. I do want to know, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Merry Christmas to everyone out there. I know Christmas is a few days away. Hopefully you guys are spending a lot of time with your friends and family. As you see from me, I'm at my family's house, my parents' house. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, let's dive into the picks. And actually, I only have one pick in this video, and then I'll talk about some other props and who I would lean to win the game, although I don't think who I'm going to lead to win is going to be a big surpriser here. Let's dive into my favorite pick, though. And it's actually a 3-leg same-game parlay. Now, there are a couple props I looked at. I just feel like the lines are pretty sharp in this game. So here's a 3-leg one, a parlay that I cooked up. The 3 legs, you see them on the screen. The first leg is Josh Jacobs, the Green Bay Packers running back, for 70 rush yards. The second leg, Kendre Miller, the new starting running back for the Saints, for 25 rush yards. The final leg, Saints, I put alt in parentheses, the team total under 21.5. Now I'll have that scrolling down below at the bottom as my only official pick in this game. I like Josh Jacobs' regular over in rush yards. It's at 90.5, though, and I feel like that's pretty dang sharp. I think he gets the 90, but I think he easily gets 70. I like Kendre Miller. I don't love his regular line at like 50.5, but I think he easily gets 25. And then the Saints, their team totals at like 13.5 or 14.5 plus money on the over. I just don't see them scoring over 21 points. So I like this 3-leg at minus 125 on FanDuel. If you're looking at a couple other books here, I'll bring up and I'll be sharing my screen for a majority of this video. If we look at the other books, so we're looking here right now on FanDuel, you see them minus 125, 3 legs, pretty solid, nothing any too crazy there. DraftKings minus 130. So not a huge difference here. Maybe other books. Bet365 doesn't give you the ability to take 21.5. They made you take 20, I think 3.5. Obviously, I don't really think that's a huge difference, but I really like this pick. You see scroll on the bottom as my favorite pick. And I'll talk about each leg. Now we'll begin with Josh Jacobs. You look at him, his last 8 games, they've really committed to running the football. We've seen these last 8 been pretty good. I mean, we see him have 76 of 8 weeks ago. Most recently 94, though, against the Seahawks. He had a couple games, though, here against the Dolphins and against the Lions where he did not get it. You're seeing the attempts, though, 18, 26, 19, 18, 26 rush attempts. So the man is getting some great volume. Obviously, a couple matchups in there where we're talking about, the Saints, or not the Saints, the Lions and the Dolphins. 2 pretty good rush defenses over the last pretty much all season long, especially when they faced them. However, you're looking at this matchup against the Saints. It's about as good as it gets for Mr. Josh Jacobs. You look at this Saints defense. We're looking at them over since week 6. So we're looking at since week 6, second most yards per carry. If you're looking at just rush yards, they're right around 6th. So this has been a really, really bad rushing defense. Now, they have faced some running backs that haven't had the greatest success rate against them, most notably Brian Robinson Jr. last week. Didn't get much going against the Saints rush defense, but this has been a Packers offensive line that's been moving guys around, and they've been a team committed to running the football. So even if Josh Jacobs starts off slow, we're talking about the weather conditions here. We're in Lambeau Field in the middle of late December. It's pretty dang chilly. So there might be some business decisions late in this game. We're like, oh man, I don't want to tackle Josh Jacobs for the 20th time. Won't be shocked there. His rush attempts lines in at 20.5, 21.5 or so. So they're pretty confident he gets the rock a good amount, and I think he runs the ball pretty well, gets to 70 rush yards. As for Kendre Miller, let's talk about him next. He is filling in for Alvin Kamara, and we've seen guys have success against the Packers. Here's a list of guys with 8 or more rush attempts against Green Bay. Obviously, Zach Charbonnet last week barely got to 8. They were getting smoked, but he got 54 yards. And, you look at every single guy easily going over. CMC really didn't get a lot of attempts. Now, Kendre Miller, if you don't know who he is obviously the new starting running back for the Saints today. And they have a new quarterback, Spencer Rattler, back under center. I don't know how good this offense is going to be, but I sure as heck know they're not going to want Spencer Rattler throwing it 45 times unless they're trailing by, 30 points. Then sure, they'll throw it. But the first 4 or 5 drives, I expect them to give some handoffs to Kendre Miller. Now, he doesn't have the most rush attempts on the season, a lot of sample size in there, but he has been running the ball hard, and he's been breaking tackles and stuff like that. And you can run on the Packers. Are they the best rush defense in the world? No. Are they the worst? No. They're kind of middle of the pack. I think you'll be able to run a little bit on him. And I think Kendre Miller, his rush attempts line sit at 13.5. So that's why I put 8+ rush attempts. If he's even getting close to 13, I feel very confident he gets us at least 25 yards. If not, if he somehow gets like 13 carries and not 25 yards, you can't do anything there. And then the final one would be the last leg of the parlay is the team total under for the Saints. I think they go under their regular line, but in terms of the 21.5, we have to talk about Spencer Rattler. He's obviously starting. You've seen the games he started in. I mean, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions on the year. The games haven't been great. I might be blocking a little bit of this, but the first one down here, that's versus Tampa. Sure, they scored 27, but the other one's 10 points, 8 points, 19. He came in relief of Jake Haener last week. I mean, Rattler is what he is. He's not great. He's a rookie. So you're not expecting a rookie 5th round pick. He can make some plays. I'll give him that. But again, I don't have a lot of confidence in making some plays. So I'm good. I'm willing to fade the Saints here. If they put up more than 21.5 points, I will tip my cap. I just don't see Rattler being able to get the job done too consistently. Also, as we talked for those games we just brought up, at home versus Tampa, at home versus Denver, on the road versus the Chargers, another dome, and then at home versus the Commanders. So all the games he's played in have all been at home. Now you go into the freezing cold. I think I saw some report that said the Saints QBs are practicing in freezers or something like that. That's stupid, but I understand. So again, I'll take this chance here. If the Saints go over 22, I'll live with it. If Kendre Miller somehow can't get 25 rush yards, fine. And then, like I said, Josh Jacobs, I'm pretty confident he gets the 70. So I know it's kind of a cop-out taking a 3-leg SGP, and it's not even plus money. But again, this game is not good at all, and I just couldn't get there on anything. Now, I will talk about some other props, a couple props that I did look at, and I'll bring up this one. We'll use our trusty friends at props.cash. I think if I'm going to maybe take another prop and maybe you're like, Austin, I need a straight bet. Maybe I'm on PrizePicks, or maybe I used your sleeper code COS to sign up for sleeper. Number one, I appreciate you. I would look towards one of these props, and that would probably be, let me pull it up on the screen. It is going to be this one. Jordan Love under and pass attempts at 29.5. Now, you obviously see recently he's been going under in almost every single game, under in 5 straight. The reason I couldn't get there is because this is a Saints defense. You're looking at pass attempts. They've been pretty dang bad. I mean, just in terms of a team, pass attempts are here. Defense, you're giving up a lot of them. I think he goes under, but there's a world where the Saints can't get anything going on offense. They're consistently going 3 and out, maybe getting a first down, kicking it. And maybe Jordan Love just happens to have a half where they're like running up the scoreboard, throwing it a ton. They'll still run it with Josh Jacobs. But again, if they have the ball the whole first half, you're going to eventually run enough plays. So I don't mind that. In terms of game pick, if you watched our video where we go through every single game on Sunday, well, week you did Saturday, Sunday, and Monday Night Football, my game pick was the Packers first half spread -6.5. However, that line has heavily changed. If you were to go and try to bet Packers first half -6.5, you'd be paying a heavy juice. And I mean, it's just not something I would personally play. Earlier this week, it was like -125. So good CLV if you bet it when you watch the video. But now I think it's in around -160 or so. I'll pull up the exact line for you. But it's a little out of the realm of possibility for me wanting to bet, a -6.5 and -160. That feels like a dumb bet. And then in terms of the other, I can't seem to find it. My computer's going slow, but it's just not worth it in my opinion. So I lean the Packers minus the spread, but I don't really want to take the -13, 14.5 now. Yeah, I don't even know how many views this video is going to get because this game is that disgusting. So my only pick, you see it scrolling at the bottom, is that SGP, Josh for 70 yards, Kendre for 25, and the Saints team total under 21.5. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, this game sucks. I don't want to. That's my only confident bet that I can really give you. I don't mind that Jordan Love under in pass attempts. I actually sneakily kind of like Josh Jacobs under in rush attempts, just because it's hard to get the 21 rush attempts. It's not easy. Josh Jacobs breaks a long carry. That's going to really hurt him there. I mean, obviously good for yards. I think he gets the yards, but maybe he's too efficient to get the attempts. I mean, last week, sure, he got 26 attempts, but again, he was averaging like 3.5 yards per carry. So what if he's breaking some 20+ yard carries or even takes one to the house? It's going to be tough, especially if they do get up early and they're up by 2+ scores. You could see maybe some of the other guys come in, especially given it's a cold game. Let the other guys get some run in. So again, not my favorite game. I don't think this is anyone's favorite game. My only pick, you saw it scrolling at the bottom, a 3-leg SGP. Do I wish it was plus money? Yes, but I'm here to try to give us a winner. And in a game like this, we can go 1-0. We'll take that and move on with life and move into week 17. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Those are my only picks. And hopefully we had a great Sunday. And if not, let's make some money back on Monday Night Football. Again, appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. I know it hasn't been the greatest NFL season for us, but we went 2-0 on Saturday. Let's build on that on Sunday, and let's move on into Monday Night Football and go 1-0 in this game. Thanks again for tuning in. If you ever need any sportsbook sign-up bonuses, code COS. A bunch of them all down below. Appreciate you guys if you use those. They're giving out free squares, discounts left and right. It's the holiday season. They're giving you some more money in your pocket to hopefully take more of their money, honestly. But appreciate you guys for tuning in. As Austin, let's go all those three fellows, and I'll see you guys back in the next one. Peace.